Hello, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be discussing different types of wrenches. I have a bunch of types here, and I'm going to be discussing which ones might be right for the job, and what you use them for, what their benefits are. Wrenches are very common in toolboxes. You don't see a lot of toolboxes without them. And today I'm going to be demonstrating all the different types with, I've got a bolt and a nut right here, and some washers. So to start, I'm going to be taking this and going to be using a scrap 2x4 to demonstrate. So I'm going to drill a hole through. Get a drill bit here. Want it a little bit bigger just so it's not catching on the wood, because that's not what we're going for here. Put it in the chuck. Doesn't need to be perfect today. Turn that up. Alright, so we got our hole, got our bolt, goes right through. Now, where's that? No, here it is. So, I'm going to put a washer through here. And this right here, this bolt, is pretty tough. I can't actually turn this with just my bare hands. So I'm going to need some tools. So we're going to be discussing that in today's video. Our first type of wrench is what I like to call a mechanical or auto wrench. It's what they often use for working on cars, and it's this set right here. These have two sides. They've got a closed side, which makes it easy to hold onto a bolt so that it doesn't pop off. And once you get it on, you can really just with one hand, you just take it and just crank it around pretty quick. It's also got a big open side here, which makes it easy. If there's a bolt, instead of having to go onto it, like with this one, you have to go like this. But with this open side, you can slide directly into it. So it makes, depending on the situation, it can make it easier to get access to the bolt. Both sides here are the same length, same size, and they're not adjustable. So you're going to get a set like this with this big guy right here. This is a 7/8 of an inch diameter, so this is pretty big. One of the things that you should know when working with bolts and wrenches is that the type of bolt you're going for, it has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexagon. So these inner sides here, they have a bunch of little grooves. That's for grip. And these other one, the open side, it's got 3, so that it can get those the right angle to get a good grip. So for this bolt we're going to be demonstrating with, I'm going to test out a couple just to see. Start with 3/8 of an inch, a little bit too small here. I'll go a little big. Let's see, 1/2 inch. It's too big, it just pops right through. I think this is 7/16 of an inch. You got it here, and rotate it properly. 1 sec. And that's perfect. It stays right in there, won't move. Goes on. That's the closed side. I'm going to do this open side where closed has to push onto it, like that. Open side, take it, just slide right into it. Now that we know this bolt fits a 7/16 inch one, I'm going to grab an Allen wrench here, which we'll talk about that more later. Hand thread it as much as I can, which with this specific bolt I can really only get it just about till the tip, so 2 screws. And with a wrench, you can either actively be turning this side or be turning the other side. I like to use the Allen wrench because I can get a better grip on it. So I'm going to put, just getting the Allen wrench in, so put this wrench right here. Closed side I'm using so that it's easier to hold. As you can see, as I start to turn, it's holding it steady. Not with my hands. Now this is pretty tough. It's a strong bolt. It's a little tight, but as you can see, I'm turning it, and this wrench is doing a good job. I have the closed side. Do the same thing if I slide it on with the open side. The next thing you might not have considered, but a pair of slip joint pliers. These can definitely act as a wrench. They're very good for it, so I still have the bolt tightened in here. I'm going to put this Allen wrench back in here, tighten that in, and I'm going to actively use the slip joints. So I get those small ones. You can see get a really good grip, especially with the pipe grips on the inside. Makes it very nice. It's a little bit slow here, but that's coming. So this is the type of wrench you can use. You can use both hands in opposite directions too to tighten it extra. So I'm tightening it right now. I'm tightening the front side and going the opposite direction with the back, so it's going 2 motions with each twist, so that goes even faster. And the same with loosening it. You can go loosen the front, tighten motion the back, and that'll double tighten and double loosen. So that's a little trick there. The next type of wrench you can use is a ratchet set here. First off, I'm going to use just a set of pliers to show you how you can use the concave head to twist this, loosen it, tighten it. So as we said, this is 7/16 inches. Let's look right here. This set right here has a lot of different sizes. So this one, similar to all these mechanical ones, you're going to have to test around to find it. So we got 17/16 inches. Adjustable, slides right on here. I can cover it, and I can just twist this right on there. So this is a little bit tricky because of how difficult it is. So if I was going to be doing this, I wouldn't be using a screwdriver, but I'd be using a ratchet. This right here is a ratchet, and what this does is it enables you to turn one direction. So I'm going to be tightening it right now. So you can see it'll tighten me, but then when I want to go left, you can see it's just going to let that go all the way to the left. So you can tighten, back to the left, tighten, back to the left, tighten, and you can do the same thing with loosening it. So you take this little triangle here, turn it to the opposite direction you wanted. So I want to loosen, so I turn it to the right. So now I can loosen, then bring it back. Loosen, bring it back. So this is very useful, and you can do a lot of quick work. Once you get the adjustable size, you can just crank this out real quick. So this is one of my favorites here, ratchets. And like I said, these come in a set. Got all the way this big guy right here, you can see. This is also 7/8 inch, the same size as this. Just crank this out. Just tighten, loosen, bring it back. Or tighten, bring it back. Tighten, bring it back. Or turn it around. Loosen, bring it back. Loosen, bring it back. Very useful ratchet sets. This right here is a Ratchet Adapter. It's 7/16 inch. I had to go find this one because I don't have an adapter for this right now, but this works right here. So I'm going to take this, put it on here, and I want to loosen it. So I'm going to turn this to the right. So then now when I go to the left, it's going to work. Grab the Allen wrench here. It's 4 millimeters. This right here. Hold that there. And when I'm going to start loosening it, bring it up easy. Loosen. And I can just crank this out real quick. This is one of my favorite tools, the ratchet. Very quickly, or if I want to tighten it, twist this to the left, other way, then I can tighten, and I can go real fast. Next type of wrench is an adjustable wrench. This one right here looks a lot like these mechanical wrenches on the open side. And this one right here, this will go from 0 inches, so I can fully close this, all the way up to 1 inch. So this one right here is 7/16 of an inch. So I can turn it, get it right to the exact size, which makes it nice and easy. So I can go here and clamp down. I can get a really good grip on that. So I can just turn it, put the Allen wrench in here. Got that? And I can get a really good grip, especially because it's the perfect size. Like that. Really crank that in there. So adjustable ones, these are very helpful. They're basically the same thing as this open side, except that you don't need to carry and test out which one is it. This one's going to be all of these for you. So if I had my pick, I'd choose this one over all of these because you just need one tool to do any of these. Another type of wrench that I do not currently have here, it's not at this workshop, this temporary station, is called a monkey wrench. It's quite old and historical and been used by a lot of people. It's very large and heavy. It kind of resembles this. There should be a photo on your screen. And this can help you with large objects like pipe fittings, tubes, where you're going to need a bigger size. And also, because of how long and how heavy it is, you can get a lot of leverage on that and really do some good force. So like with these mechanical ones, these small ones, you can't do a lot of force. But with these large ratchets and large mechanical ones, you can really go far away and get a lot of strength, just like the monkey wrench. So the longer the handle, the more torque you're going to get and the harder you can turn. Also, we've been talking about it a lot, but we haven't formally talked about the Allen wrench right here. This is similar to all the wrenches we have, but basically the opposite. What I mean by that is these wrenches are the outside gripping the inside of the bolt, which is hexagon, 6 sides. So this is the outside. What the Allen wrench does is, if you can see this right here, this has 6 sides inside and it goes on the inside. So this is a hexagon and it goes inside of different screws or fasteners in order to turn them. This one right here is an adjustable one, so it's got all sorts of different sizes, and this is in metrics. Goes from 1.5 millimeters to 8 millimeters when they make these in Imperial 2, which is most common, but these are very useful. Often they're used on bikes, and these little adjustable sets are small and quick and easy, so that you can really tighten up your brakes, your chain, anything you really need, your tires, so they're a really good tool to use and have. These adjustable ones are good. Hopefully you found this video useful in the different types of wrenches there are. There's these open wrenches, closed wrenches, adjustable wrenches. These are probably my favorites, and ratchet wrenches. So whatever you need, I'm sure you can find a wide variety of tools that will suit your job and make sure it fits properly, because you don't want anything too big or too small that's stripping it or ruining your screw that you can't use next time. So make sure it fits properly. So thank you for watching. Bye.